Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna show you how you can create really big, punchy and badass drum sounds in a rather dense metal mix without using any samples or any sound replacements. The key is, at least to me, Tegeler Audio MAGNETISMUS 2. But first I gotta say that obviously the drummer needs to be good, the recording needs to be good, the drums needs to be good, the studio needs to be good, and the engineer needs to be good. And all those are in place with this recording. Our drummer Alex Landerberg is a fantastic drummer. And the guy, sorry I forgot your name, in the studio who recorded and engineered the drums is absolutely fantastic. So thanks guys. Alright, let's get into it. Let's take a quick listen so you hear. So, there you go, ash light, chorus and heavy part. Like here, the drums sound pretty damn great. I didn't use any samples, any replacement, anything. Just your basic gate, EQ and compression. And I used, on the drums, I usually use Soft Tubes SSL 4000E, but on these drums, British Class A with SSL gate worked the best. I mean, it's British Class A, it's Neve, like fat and yeah. And how I routed the Magnetismus, let me show you soon what it does and what it is. So here you see kick bass, snare bass, tom bass. So and they call to this hit drum bass. I mean, all drums you hit, but I just named this hit drum bass. So they all go to this bass. And here I have the Magnetismus. So I have routed it. You do it this way in Cubase. Let me see if I have no EQ, nothing. Just the Magnetismus in there. And then from the hit drum bass, the drums go to the drum bass, and then I have also parallel compression in there. But let's not focus on that. Like you heard, when I turned it on and off, it still sounded great, but it was missing that, what you many times, you need samples to achieve that smack, that thing that cuts through. But with this one, I mean, it's, yeah, so thanks Tegeler, because I told them and I would like to try this out, and I'm mixing new Cyhra album now, and they sent this to me really fast to try this out. And I gotta say that I think that this will stay, because it's great. So what it is, it's pretty much a VSA compressor and a transient shaper, tape simulator, distortion mojo machine. So there's kind of two parts. There's the compressor, and then there's the magnetismus part. So, you know, it uses real transformers, magnets, whatnot. I don't know technical details. I just like the way, what it does, how it sounds. So there's two parts. So first, I set it to, the way I do it, set the compressor. I'll turn the magnetismus part off. So this is pretty much the magnetismus part. So this is makeup gain, but I would call it just gain, because it's how much you boost the magnetismus part, the transient shaper, tape simulator part, and with these two work together. So the more you push the, you know, you need to back it up, otherwise it will go balls out distortion. If you don't use it at all, then you need to compensate it with this. So you can use it just as a compressor. Then there's three different magnet types, flux modes, and then the intensity is that when it's here, it's just like puff. The more you dial it in, the smoother the transients come. So you can make, if you have really pointy sound, you can make it really wide. So that's that. So let's put those on 0. So no magnetism part, just the compressor. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, let me just put the hit drum bass. So this is just there's no, let's take a parallel compression off. So it's just these snare, kick and toms where this is affects. Sounds a bit, you know, because there's nothing else. So these are just the direct drums, and I have gated them, so there's no leaks. So this is the way I you know, liked it the most. So as you heard, when I turn it off or turn down the threshold, the different stuff kind of poked out. I've compressed the individual drums also slightly, and then I compressed this bass, so it's kind of like even. So the core sections, snare, toms and kick, are like even. As you see, I'm getting a little bit over 5 dB of gain reduction, and this timing, there's no attack and release control. This is kind of like when it's at 1, it's fastest attack, fast release, and then here it's slow attack, slow release. I find it the, you know, middle ground to be the best. So kind of medium attack, medium release. This is cool, yes. But now the fun part starts with the magnetismus part. So you can completely trash out the drums if you want. I mean, it's, yeah. So let me dial it the way I have it, so that it's just adds punch. Kinda what you usually do, or what I've been doing with samples, to add a little bit width and punch. And as you heard, these flux modes, the Asian is kind of widest. It's really cobalt is kind of, you know, golden middle ground, and then the nickel That was the not widest and it kind of did something more to the high end, pointiest. Again, with this one, like with the timing, I like the middle ground to be the best. So let me just dial that the way I, you know. Like that, so you get the snap and a little bit width. And what is like really interesting, I don't know why, but you heard when I turned this on, it sounded like it's louder. But check out the meter on this heat drum bus when I turn it on and off. What happens? So the level stays the same with these settings, and on some settings it was even, when I looked at the meter, it was lower, but the sound, the loudness, what I hear is louder. So that's really cool. Like, you can tame it down, you know, prevent pokings and stuff, but it still sounds louder even though it's, don't ask me why, but it's a really cool thing. You can really, you know, like keep the aggression, the punch, the overdrive, distortion, tape, magnetismus, but still without, you know, it's balanced. It's fantastic. Okay, then let's listen the whole drum kit. So it's really cool. I'm using it on this mix quite subtly because the playing is great. The sound is just great. Great player, great drums, great recording in a great studio, you know. And I use just this on the kick and snare and toms to add a little bit punch. Like I said, kind of what I have done previously, by adding samples, just a little bit. And this gives me that feeling that they are louder, more present, even though they are not. Absolutely great stuff. Okay, let's listen to the song once more from the chorus. So you can make the drums also really wide and fat. And let me just show the different flux modes once more. Absolutely great. And what is cool with Tegeler, you can try this out for free for 2 weeks. They will send you, it will come in the nice, in this wooden chest, really well packed. I have a creme as my mix bus, compression EQ, the Schwerkraft machine which I use for parallel drum compression, vocal anything. It's a great overall tube compressor. Hopefully this was interesting and informative, and maybe you get some new ideas and tips and tricks. And hey, stay tuned. I will do more videos about the mixing and the recordings of the Cyhra album, because we have recorded like several songs. Now I'm gonna mix them, they will be released as singles, and then at some point we're gonna record some more, and the album will most likely come out later this year. Alright, all the best, take care, bye.